He just vanished totally.
A college student vanishes on a cold fall night. Bone-chilling phone calls and eerie evidence, the only trail left behind for investigators. Good evening, I'm Patrice Wood.
I'm Gene Valicenti. NBC 10 IT reporter Tamara Sikarsik unwinds the puzzling disappearance of a UMass Dartmouth student.
We had plans to meet up.
It's a cold fall night, October 11th, 2007. Brittany Allen is getting ready to meet up with her brother, 22-year-old Charlie Allen.
He planned on coming to Providence to go to a bar with me that night. And before that happened, I noticed that his Facebook account was deleted. I went on to send him a message and I noticed it was deleted, and so I called him. And he seemed really scared and panicked. He told me a lot about how people were after him and how I'm not safe and I need to leave school.
Brittany, not the only one to get a strange call that night.
My wife and I both got phone calls from him that we didn't answer. We didn't have our phones or something. And so we had voicemails from him, which were kind of strange and erratic. One of them was like, I'm going to Texas. Another one was like, I'm going to Florida.
Charlie was seen one more time a couple of days later attempting to break into a house near College Lane in Dartmouth. By the time police got there, he was already gone. Police later finding his backpack and shoes nearby.
They opened it up and it had contact information for myself and my wife. And so they called and, kind of it all started to come together. Right away, I called the school and said, hey, he had been staying in his car. Can you, look on campus to find the car? Well, it took them a couple of days before they actually found the car, and it was on campus.
But the car was empty.
From there, where did he go? What happened?
Dartmouth Police Detective Kyle Costa has spent years trying to put the pieces together.
We had leads initially on when he was in the area. We know, right after he left, where he was, who he had encountered.
Reports of possible sightings came pouring into police. Some claimed to see Charlie the night he went missing, shirtless, talking to a truck driver, sparking suspicions he may have hitched a ride out of New England.
They looked into, what trucks might be in the area at the time, but there was nothing they could really pursue.
Charlie Allen grew up in Massachusetts with plenty of friends and hobbies, including gaming and tennis. His sisters say he was charismatic and outgoing, the type of person who could talk to anybody.
How would you describe his personality growing up?
Quirky, intelligent, very funny. He was also into sports, so he pitched, and so he was very active, had a lot of friends.
Charlie also suffered from bipolar disorder and had struggled with mania and depression since high school. It wasn't unusual for him to stop taking his medication, but that October night was the first time Brittany sensed fear in her brother's voice.
In the months leading up to it, definitely he seemed manic, talked really fast, he was excited about a lot of different things, probably wasn't sleeping a lot, but the panic was new.
Did he say anything else about who would have been after him? Did he have any ongoing conflicts? Was it just totally random?
He just said that they were really important people.
Police went through phone and computer records, but found no evidence of foul play.
Can we say for certain that he had, any type of bad relationship with people? We can't. But there's nothing indicating that there were any bad relationships or anything like that at the time that he went missing.
Over the years, there have been several searches for Charlie. The last one about 2 years ago of the area in Dartmouth where he was last seen. Each search leaving more questions than answers.
Again, it's one of those that really makes us shake our heads at where is this kid?
Charlie's mother passed away from cancer over the past year. The rest of his family holding on to hope that someday they'll have answers.
Think about him every day. There hasn't been a day since that. I haven't thought about him.
I hope he's still out there. I certainly have my doubts after 15 years.
Most of the options are bad, even if he was alive, if he had a psychotic break and he's homeless on the streets, that can't be like a good life, you know? And there's like a lot of guilt for us involved because we weren't able to like save him from that.
This is now one of several missing persons cases being taken up by the Bristol County DA's cold case unit. They hope that with new DNA technology and new eyes, they'll be able to provide families with answers. If you have any information on Charlie's whereabouts or what happened to him, you can call 508-961-1918. For the NBC Tonight team, I'm Tamara Sakarzik.
The long arm of the law reaches back decades to make an arrest.